Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Chair, Commissioners, Committee members, and Administrator Schmidt. This is one of our courtrooms. The Justice Court budget is $4 million. Justice Court staff is comprised of 1 judge, a court manager, and 3 legal secretaries, a full-time deputy from the Sheriff's Office that we retain, and 2 contracted security that manage security at the front lobby entrance to the court. They're contracted from DePaul Services. Justice Court has 2 divisions, civil and criminal. Criminal includes violations and traffic citations. The civil division includes civil cases, small claims, and landlord-tenant matters, which includes evictions. The first slide gives a general overview of revenue and expense. In the green, 85% fine penalty, that is revenue generated from fine payments after someone's found guilty and a fine's imposed. That revenue goes to the county general fund, plus also included in that green part of the fine penalty revenue is the restricted county assessment. That's revenue that's used for courthouse security, drug and alcohol programs that can be accessed by juvenile and the sheriff, plus jail. The jail can use restricted county assessment revenue. It also includes revenue that is generated and collected by the court from Oregon State Police citations and other local police agencies that issue citations and violations into Justice Court. But if the other agencies cite to Justice Court, a portion of their fine is returned to the state and county governments at the end of each month for their use. This pass-through revenue is showing up in the green section as revenue, but it's passed through in the right-hand side expenditures where it says 38% special payments. So 38% of the 85% revenue that can be used in the general fund or county assessment restricted fund is actually sent to those other agencies at the end of every month for their use. Back in the revenue side, the fund balance 14% is revenue that has not yet been transferred to the general fund from revenue from the previous fiscal year. The 1% other revenue is miscellaneous revenue such as the interest earned and Damascus Municipal Court revenue. Justice Court took over Damascus when the municipal court disbanded, and revenue still continuing to come in from that source. Then over on the expenditure side, included in materials and services is the cost of the full-time sheriff's deputy that we use for security and the 2 contracted DePaul security staff that work at the front door. Then on the summary of revenue and expenses slide, I'd like to call your attention to the interfund transfer line. For FY 19-20 adopted budget, you'll see $700,000. That interfund transfer was requested by Justice Court from its contingency to help balance the county budget. And then in the next line over, $1,658,991 is Justice Court revenue. If you jump up to the top line, the $2,389,000, 710,000 is revenue from Justice Court dispersed to the county, leaving Justice Court with a carryover balance of $678,306 of revenue. That will be the proposed beginning balance. That is a reflection of revenue received in Justice Court. That number will definitely increase because the May and June revenues are not added in at this point. So May and June 2020 will bump that number over $1 million. And if you look along the top line of the past years, you can see that the revenue is over $1 million each year. Justice Court has completed its managing for results plan. It's in the approval stage at the county. And Justice Court will start tracking data July 1. Each budget year, Justice Court has reduced expenses, and that's shown on the next slide. $135,768 is a reduction by eliminating a vacant staff position, which was a senior legal secretary. We're able to save over $135,000 in expenses. And the reason we're able to continue to reduce FTEs through attrition, not through firing, but through attrition, is because of the advancements in technology the court's been able to achieve. And then on the next slide, we do have some COVID news, and that is violation and civil case revenue is down. We anticipate the combined revenue reduction would be about $300,000, but we don't know yet. Violation citations were definitely down in the month of April, but they're coming back up again. So it's hard to say what the final tally will be, but there would potentially be a reduction, and we're estimating about $300,000. And then from the civil case revenue, the reduction comes from the fact that there is a moratorium on all evictions. Well, most evictions are not being filed now, so the filing fees are not being collected by Justice Court. Also, it's interesting that the collection agencies are not currently filing small claims actions in Justice Court. That reduces the revenue from those filing fees as well. But despite this temporary reduction in revenue, the Justice Court budget is sustainable for long term. And now if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Great, thank you. Brenda, you take over with that.
Yes, we have Commissioner Humberston.
Yes, I have one question, Your Honor. Is it required by law that a sheriff's deputy be the courtroom deputy?
No, it's not required by law.
Would it be something to consider having a private contractor provide that so that that deputy could be repurposed back into the sheriff's department, say for patrol or other services?
The deputy that is assigned to Justice Court works in the civil division, so has the same duties at the county courthouse that he has at the Justice Court building, and it's worked out quite well. We did have a contract earlier before the deputy was moved over, and the deputies worked out quite well. So it's not a patrol deputy. It's not somebody being taken off the road.
Thank you very much.
And that choice was made by the sheriff's department, and we support that choice.
Just curious as to what options might be available, but thank you, Your Honor.
Right.
Mr. Feely.
Thank you. Your Honor, have you had an opportunity to look at the sheriff's proposed budget and the changes he's making in traffic patrol?
I did see that the traffic team is moving between patrol and traffic.
Right, so that could conceivably have a revenue impact.
It might have a revenue impact, but we haven't seen that yet because those officers are pretty dedicated to traffic safety. In other words, they might also issue citations in between their patrol calls. And Justice Court receives a large number of citations from Oregon State Police, who are basically a traffic team, and from many of the local cities, especially the cities that drive from their city to and from the courthouse, which puts them outside their city boundaries. And those citations are written to Justice Court, and there's a high volume of those as well.
It's good to know. Thank you.
So be careful if you're.
I know, I took it as a clue.
Between cities.
Yeah, I see no other questions at this point in time. Everybody's good?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. We really appreciate it. It's always good to see you on this way.
Yes, thank you.
Not the other way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.